Hello everybody, to yet another stream 1020 unpainted minis. Today, as you can see, we are continuing with our Venerable Land Raider. At least it's gonna be Venerable Land Raider because it's a 30k Land Raider Proteus, so it's a little bit different than the original Venerable. But I use it, of course, for my studies. That's why I'm calling him Venerable. It can be used for 40k, at least in friendly games, of course. I don't think anybody would mind if I just switch a little bit the original model with this beautiful new sculpt. And yesterday, I'm sorry, I was very upset and struggling because well, painting all these parts that are hard to get on the brush was very frustrating. So all these things here, and I had to be careful not to get everything dirty and destroyed. It was very tempting to just fuck it all up and leave it, but we did it. Black is done. So I decided, how can I actually help myself and in this situation and not be so frustrated. I think I should just go ahead and not paint this all silver and then everything all with null oil. I think actually I should go ahead and paint everything black again, so it's correct black, and then go ahead with lead belcher dry brush over these places. I think this is the tactic for this, because I have to paint the silver anyway, right? And I'm gonna use a lot of silver, and I'm gonna use a lot of null oil to all these places. So instead, I think I'm just gonna go with regular black, do the dry brush, and it's gonna be just a better idea. And then all these places here gonna be black here, and I'm gonna just do it very, very slowly, step by step, not missing anything, because in the end we have time. I don't need to rush anything. We can use even smaller brush, that's not a problem, and be very, very full of what I'm doing. I might even start to use contrast now. I don't think contrast is the good idea here. I might try to find a different black though, just to not waste color Vallejo, or have this, for example, on painter. I think it's gonna be fine. It's matte, but as a base, it shouldn't matter that much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and very, very slowly start painting small fragments. If I'm getting tired, if I'm getting frustrated, I'm gonna let's try. I should clean the tip here, unblock it probably. Find the needle. Yeah, I got the needle on the side just to unlock these type of situations. It happens sometimes, with these small tips, but still, I think it's better to use the tips than the pots. Okay, so I'm gonna do this. Some water on the palette. So I'm gonna start with with the bottom. I'm gonna do this very, very slowly, as I said, and I'll try to cover as well as possible all these unpainted fragments, because it's gonna be actually the base for the silver dry brush. So everything should be very, very black, covered as well as possible. I don't want any tiny bit of gold or any color see through. Well, I'm already seeing this color actually. I thought maybe it's a good idea to change, but the coverage is not very good. Maybe I watered it down quite a little bit too much. Let's see. I'm gonna switch back to a little less water here. Okay. Also, this gold, you know, it's not any original paint from Games Workshop. So it's like, it's actually a paint for painting the walls, like graffiti. So it's not taking the paint very well. You can say it's like slippery or something, like there's some kind of oil on it. I don't know, because it's just not not good for the paint. Let's add some ink actually, because ink is it's much stronger than the regular acrylic paint, and it's just gonna cover these problematic areas that are not you know, that the acrylic paint doesn't stick to. Okay, and as I said, just carefully picking out the missing parts that I left yesterday. Okay, nice. It's gonna be a quite a long process. Let me see. You see also these places, all because of the base color, the primer. Gold, as I said, is not the best primer. It is nice color, but it's not the best primer. Which means, you know, the paints that I'm painting over this gold are not sticking very well. But the coverage of this primer is at least regular, you know, it's not very heavy. Of course, it's not the same like Chaos Black spray can, which is, in my opinion, the best primer ever that I've used so far. It's good enough though. It's good enough. carefully and slowly picking up these all unpainted fragments. Okay. And I think I'm not gonna, you know, wait to paint everything that should be black. I'm just gonna go and paint it silver, just to have something done already, just to have this feeling of accomplishment of doing something, some kind of progress, even if it's very small, and there's gonna be a lot of work still. I was looking on the picture of the original Proteus, and I liked a lot what they did with the armor. So they had like black area in the front. It was not the original on the website is from Imperial Fists, so it's yellow, very close to gold, right? But the thing was, here in this front area, painted fully black, like this all this fragment here, it was black. So I think, and it looked really interesting, like it gave a lot of some reality to the meaning, you know. I don't know how to describe it. It was just looking pretty good. So I think to do the same, just gonna paint the front black. The black is, you know, a big part of my Custodes army anyway, so I think it's a good idea to use the same kind of technique. And of course it's going to be less Agrax air freight used, which is another benefit of this technique. Because really, I really don't want to lose all my Agrax air freight right now on just one miniature. Okay, just correcting this part. And I think I might even go ahead, when I'm done here, with painting this silver when it's dry, just to have it as an example, and maybe a little better coverage of this part. So when I start to do this and I put it on the ground or on the desk, it's not gonna, you know, get fucked so quickly. Okay, so let's cover all these parts here that are supposed to be black. Here we go. From this side, they are a little bit easier to get to paint. Still kind of painful. But learning from yesterday, I just need to stay calm, not get crazy. Okay, cool. I'm using just some old brush that I do not care that much, but it's gonna be heavily damaged. I'm gonna use soap after that to clean it up. Okay, cool. Just get this. So we did this small fragment, and I'm gonna do a test if it's actually a viable tactic, let's say. Because if it's not, then screw that, and I'm just gonna go ahead with silver all around. But if it actually is, then let's just go ahead and use it. Okay, so I have to let it dry. In the meantime, I'm gonna paint some stuff that's gonna be black or silver. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but this some of the areas are just like oily, glossy. I don't know how to describe it, you know. The paint is not sticking to it, it's just flowing over. So it will require multiple cover or multiple layers. So what I was thinking to do this, all this black, but probably I should use the what is it called, airbrush for that. Airbrush, yeah. It's gonna be just much faster. Okay, so if I'm going to use airbrush, actually I can use it for all these areas as well, I guess. It's just gonna damage a lot of gold, but then gold I can fix probably. Okay, is it? No, it's not dry yet. So let's use the black in other places that are going to be black, like this lovely area. Just for some reason I thought it would be interesting to paint it black. And this side as well. I was looking yesterday for a tape that can cover this area, you know, to make a nice straight line. But for some reason I couldn't find it. I don't know where is it. It's like masking tape, you know. Let's say it's a driver, it is not. Still not yet. So let's pick up these bolters here. Mm. Messed up a little bit my wet palette because the another color just came in and mixed up with my black, so it's a little bit unlucky. How is it? Is it dry already? Because of the ink, I think it's drying a little bit slower. There are some places a little still wet in the recesses. That's alright. We can continue painting other areas. like this bolter. I'm gonna paint all here. There's gonna be a lot of places that I'm gonna have to correct with white, with gold. It's fine. Mhm. Yeah, I think I'll do today a little bit shorter stream just to try to do this airbrush work. Okay, there we go. Step by step. We'll get it done. Okay, let me try now. How does it work here with silver drivers? Because this is gonna be the key information. Let's go ahead and take some lead triple moment. But to mix it very well. Proper shake. It's gonna be just on a small area, so small brush is enough. And let's on this place, I was sure that it's gonna be fine, you know, gonna be looking okay. The bigger question is with these hard to get places. Am I able to get enough of the brush inside there or not? And if not, is it looking good enough to keep it this way? Can it be just, you know, black? Maybe I can use some small brush just to get a little bit paint inside. The thing with dry brushing, usually you have to use bigger than smaller paints. Let's see, maybe I can find a way. Okay, so this would be the area now for this part. This is gonna be visible. The inside there, from some angles, yes, as well. So if we cover this here, how can I get some silver there side? We have to use some small brush. So let's clean this brush because I'm not gonna use it at the moment. This was just a test. But it's definitely easier than getting there with silver color everywhere, and then again with moon oil, I think. So let's find some small brush that's pretty bad already. Let's take a little bit of Liberture and just get these places a little bit touch of silver, you know, some silver on the inside here, so it's not completely dark and black. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I like this effect a lot because it's dark enough. It's not so, it's not very visible, but it's not a lot of work to do it. Just another aspect that's important for me. So at least from this side, it's kind of easy to do. Let's see on the other side. Also on the bottom is a little bit easier than on the top. So I have to keep this in mind. But this should not be much different actually. So find all these places. Yeah. That's gonna be the technique for the rocks. But I don't think I want to deal with all these rocks manually. I think I should do it with airbrush, you know. Airbrush maybe cannot fit exactly everywhere I want, but it will fit in most of the places, you know. I can put an angle and then I will just have to paint gold in all these areas that I messed up. Here, all this can be done with airbrush, just a very gentle work. And then I can also do this area. Probably. Just to not damage so much here on the inside as well. Okay, so this is the idea. It looks okay, it looks good actually. I can still go ahead with a little bit more lead vulture in some areas to make it a little brighter. After I can use iron breaker to give it a more shine. all these options are available and it looks okay. I have some actually things for terrain as well that can help and make it like look a little more dirty, for example. So I can do that. So let's not finish the stream right now, because normally I would just switch to airbrush and be done the stream, because I don't have a space to show you guys how I airbrush, unfortunately. But let's at least make it to 1 hour. I can still do things here that do not require brushing, and I have to do anyway. So we can do that. Here we go. I wanted these areas black as well. And this area is gonna be silver, so yeah, I'm gonna paint it black with airbrush. What else? What else? These smoke launcher. Here we go. That's actually a place hard to get the brush. No, that's okay. It's gonna be silver anyway or something. Probably silver. Okay, cool. No, this place. Also not easy to get all the inside done, but maybe with some watery paint I can make it. Just leave a little bit for some time to dry, and it's gonna be dark enough. Probably multiple layers necessary as well. Here we go, nice. Let it dry. So this area should be black too. Okay, the basic coverage is a disaster, that's fine. If I use a little bit of water, it's very bad. Let's adjust the first layer. Let's have some hope. Okay. Now let's do the engine here. Because it's gonna be silver too. It's a little bit too much water in the paint, and the coverage is very, very bad. You see, even in the creases like this, just when I put really, really a lot of pigment and thick paint, it's gonna stick to the primer. Well, the thing is, it's not a primer. That's why I'm having some problems here. And that's all right. I can try to do it with black as well. What I mean with black airbrush doesn't need to necessarily be with a paint brush. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. These areas can be black as well. Just I might mark them for the future reference. Here. Okay. The inside of this I will try to do with airbrush and the rocket itself. That can actually be, this all can be red, sorry, it can be black actually. Maybe just the cover of this light. I'm gonna keep gold. I'm gonna do it with airbrush. Yep. So it's gonna be a lot of airbrushing today. It's gonna be much, much faster than working this with gold. Here I can put all this black here from top here. And then just dry brush it with silver. Yeah. Okay. And I can do similar thing with the weapons. Just base it black. Some dry brushing with silver. And that's it. There are some things I should probably do, which is cover the areas that I want definitely to be gold. I don't want any interference, right? But I cannot find a tape that I was usually using. Some little bit problem. Normally it should be somewhere here on my desk. Cannot find it. Okay. It's kind of important to mark areas that I don't want to get damaged by airbrushing. If I do that, then I can, avoid a lot of extra work. Oh, sorry, I have to take the phone call. Actually, I have to end the stream. Someone is knocking on the door. Okay, sorry guys about this short stream. I'm gonna come back tomorrow as usual.